Start with the stark reality. The cherry shrimp exists at the absolute bottom of the freshwater food chain. They are tiny, peaceful scavengers, and to almost everything else in the water, they look like a snack. When a single female neocaridina dividi is dropped into a new aquarium, she enters an alien and highly engineered world. Standard biological defenses do not apply here. She lacks the speed to outrun a curious tetra, and at barely an inch and a half long, she certainly doesn't have the size to fight back. Her immediate instinct is to vanish. She retreats into the densest physical cover available, weaving her way deep into tangled threads of Java moss to stay completely out of sight. Keeping this creature alive is an exercise in environmental engineering, where total water stability serves as her primary defense. To understand how she survives, we have to look closer. Her primary source of energy comes from scavenging a substance called biofilm. Biofilm is a microscopic layer of bacteria, algae, and microorganisms that coats every submerged surface in a mature tank. She spends her days constantly sweeping these rich organic particles from the rocks and glass to fuel her metabolism. As she converts that food into growth, she faces a mechanical problem. Her hard outer shell doesn't grow with her. To expand, or even to heal injuries, she has to entirely shed her restrictive exoskeleton. It is a highly dangerous transition. The moment she steps out of her old shell, she is completely soft, mostly immobile, and entirely exposed to predators. This matrix maps two metrics dictating survival: general and carbonate hardness. Keeping GH between 6 and 15 and KH between 4 and 8 ensures stability. She pulls dissolved calcium and magnesium from the water to rapidly harden her shell. Without those minerals present in steady concentrations, her shell fails to harden. The biological mechanism designed to ensure her growth becomes a fatal trap. Getting the water chemistry right handles the invisible threats, but the physical equipment running the tank poses an equally lethal hazard. Traditional hang-on-back or canister filters use localized, high-velocity intake slots. To a creature this small, those intakes act as an inescapable vacuum. This is why shrimp keepers rely on a specific alternative, the sponge filter. This mechanical cross-section reveals how it works. Instead of a single suction point, it pulls water gently through a highly porous external matrix, diffusing the flow. This massive surface area also colonizes beneficial bacteria, turning the filter into a dense grazing pasture for biofilm. That biological filtration handles the final, non-negotiable rule of the environment, keeping toxic ammonia and nitrite levels strictly at zero. Swapping standard filtration for these specialized mechanical shields removes the single greatest physical hazard from the aquarium. When she successfully sheds her shell in a flawless, well-fed environment, it triggers her ultimate biological mandate, reproduction. You can physically see when she is ready. This illustration highlights a distinct yellow-greenish mass of unfertilized eggs forming just behind her head, commonly referred to as a saddle. Upon molting, she releases an invisible chemical signal, broadcasting pheromones directly into the water column. This triggers a rapid behavioral shift in the tank. The smaller males enter a frantic, erratic search pattern, swimming rapidly to track down the source. After mating, those eggs are fertilized and move down to her underbelly, making her what aquarists call buried. For the next 30 days, she meticulously maintains them. She continuously fans the clutch with her rear legs, keeping oxygen flowing over the eggs and preventing fungal infections. The process culminates with the hatching of dozens of microscopic, fully formed replicas. They don't have a larval stage. They simply drop into the dense moss and immediately begin the scavenging cycle anew. Once this environmental stability is established, the colony sustains itself, cycling through generations with minimal intervention. To master these specific parameters for your own setup, see the complete guide below.